Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Movement. We'll get started here in about a minute. Make sure you have some yoga blocks today. We will be using those. And maybe a glass of water, something to stay hydrated with. All right. How's everyone doing this morning? All right, let's go ahead and get started. Start in a seated position. Nice. Let's begin with our cyclical breathing. So we'll be breathing in for 6, out for 6. Again, the focus of this is to see if we can expand the amount of space that we have in our lungs when we inhale, and then see how little we can make that space, how small we can make that space, and compress it with our exhale. So that means pulling the belly button in, pushing everything up, allowing the breath to come out. Let's try to do 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out, breathing in and out through our nose only. All right, nice big inhale together, and exhale. Inhale through the nose for 6, exhale for 6. Counting in your head. Good. We're going to relax for a moment. We're going to change the breathing pattern. So now what we're going to do is take a nice inhale and then forcible exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. See with your exhale if you can pull the belly button all the way in towards your spine, pushing all the air out forcibly. So we're thinking of getting a nice contraction in the abdomen when we exhale. Let's try that. Inhale, exhale. Good, and relax. Shake that out. All right, circle the neck, drop the chin towards the chest. Circle to the left, look up, look over the right shoulder, and then back down. 3 rotations, and then switch. And good, arms by your sides, shoulders up towards the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Slide them down the back. Forward, up, together, and down. Make this really active. See if you can squeeze the muscles that you need to in every direction, especially when we're in the back, really squeezing those shoulder blades together as you slide them down. Good, and reverse, squeeze together and back, up, over, down. Nice, bring one arm across your chest, pull it in. And switch. Good, switch. And switch. Good. Left hand goes towards the floor, right hand reaches up and over. And switch. Try doing it from this position with a block or two underneath your butt. It'll make it a little nicer. You'll get a little bit more of a stretch. Switching back and forth. really trying to reach as high as you can as you reach over. If you want, maybe bend the elbow at the top. Good, and back to center. Arms on top of one another in front. Twist to one side. And then actively twist to the other. And good, shake that out. Arms in 90-degree angles straight out in front. Try to keep your elbows in the exact same place, and then move your fists apart by externally rotating the shoulder. Good. Release. Allow the arms to internally rotate. Good. Open. And internal. Good. And release. Shake that out. Let's go ahead and move the blocks. Come onto all fours. Few nice cat-cows here. Big inhale, lift the tailbone as you lift the head, extend the spine. As you do this, think of pulling your hands back towards your knees. Okay, so I'm pulling them this direction. And then exhale, press the floor away actively with your hands. Tuck the pelvis, tuck the head, arch the back. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Good, back to neutral. Take your left hand, thread underneath your right. Bring your shoulder to the floor. And then we're going to immediately press back up. Inhale, exhale, right arm underneath. Inhale. Exhale. Moving with your breath. One more. And back up onto all fours. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up into the air. Shift your weight back. Chest towards your knees. See if you can create space in the shoulders by actively pressing the floor away from you with your hands. Lifting the tailbone up and then trying to shift your weight towards your heels. So you get a nice stretch in the back of the leg. Feel free to pedal the feet out. your neck side to side. Good. Shift your weight forward to a plank. Step your right foot onto the outside of your right hand. Nice big inhale. Exhale, twist. Take some nice deep breaths here. Good. Your next exhale, bring your hand to the floor. Step back, inhale, downward dog. Good. Next inhale, shift forward, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Inhale and then exhale, twist. Good. Bring your hands back to your mat. Inhale the plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Good. Shift forward to plank. Bring your left knee to the floor. Step your right foot in between your hands. And then come up. Tuck the back toes. Squeeze your glutes, tuck the pelvis under. And then if you want more of a stretch in that hip flexor, just shift the whole body forward. Okay, we don't want to do this and sink into our lower back. I want to keep those glutes engaged. My spine is neutral. And then I shift forward. If you were to draw a line from my knee through my body, it's pretty much a straight line. I get maybe like 10 degrees, 15 degrees of extension in the hip. That's all you're going to get. Anything after that, it's going to start coming from your back. Nice deep breaths here. Think of pressing that back foot further back. So I'm pressing through those toes, actively driving that leg back. Good. And release. Straighten the front leg. This is where the blocks can come in handy. You're going to straighten the front leg, tucking the toes back towards the face. Nice neutral spine. If you find that you're all rounded over like this, use the blocks. Find a neutral spine and then hinge at the hips, folding forward. And breathe. If you want, you can try a twist from here. So either using the block or your foot, take your opposite hand, put it close to your front foot. Other hand goes on your back, and you twist in towards that leg that you're stretching. Right, you can do that from up here as well. Down here. Good, and release. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Step the left leg forward. tuck the back right toes, press your foot into the mat, trying to slide it back and away from you, squeeze your glutes, nice neutral spine. If that's enough of a stretch, stay there, otherwise shift the whole body forward. And good, release, make sure you have your blocks. Untuck the back toes if you'd like. Stretch out that front leg. Again, we want to have a nice neutral spine, so start upright and then hinge at the hips, leaning forward. Good, if you want to add the twist, right hand with the block near your left foot. Left hand goes onto the back of the left hip as you twist into the left leg. This is one of the hardest stretches for me. Gets into some of those muscles in the glutes that are maybe a little overactive. Good, and release. Bring your feet together, knees wide. Shift your hips back onto your heels, extend your arms out in front. Good, and come up onto all fours. You can stay in your position. I'm just going to change my orientation so you can see better. So from this all fours position, what you're going to do is you're going to take, let's start with our left leg and bring it out to the side. Okay, directly out to the side, opening the toes and trying to get the weight so that it's even on the outside and the inside of the foot. You can stay here, or if you want a little bit more stretch in that groin area, you can shift your hips back. Okay, hands can stay on the floor the whole time. Again, this is another one you can do. You can have a block if it's hard to stay down there. Find your comfort zone. For me, I have very open hips, so my comfort zone's down here. Good. Let's switch legs. So bring that leg in. Step the right leg out. And shift your weight back if you'd like. You want to stretch too, Jazz? Yeah. Good. And release. Let's come up and out of that. Let's bring left leg forward, right leg behind in our 90-90 position. 90 degrees in the back, 90 degrees in the front. Start by leaning a little bit over to the side so that your spine is nice and neutral. And then we're going to lean over that front leg, keeping the spine straight. Good. Let's rotate through center, open the legs wide. Take a moment here just to open the knees away from each other. Think of lifting the chest. Good, and then transition over to the other side. Right leg in front, left leg in back, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Lean forward. Good, and come out of that. Return through center. This time bring the feet together. Hold on to your toes. Lift your spine up. Core engaged. And just take a moment to hang out here. Good. Extend the feet out in front and fold over your legs. ahead and slowly come up. All right, that is going to be the class for today. Kind of a nice gentle yoga sequence with some other stuff thrown in there. Thank you very much. Hopefully everything feels a little bit looser. Hips feel a little bit, more mobile, a little stretched out. Thank you very much. I will see everyone on Saturday. Have a wonderful Wednesday morning.